Hello everyone, and welcome to today's demo. Today we're going to be talking about EC2 instance security. One of the kind of cornerstone tenets of network information security is going to be that of a strong perimeter. You want to limit the systems and services that have direct access to the internet. So there's this idea of a demilitarized zone where you have this untrusted network and you have a trusted network, and you only want to have specifically authorized systems that are going to be interfacing with that untrusted network. When it comes to EC2 instances, you can deploy EC2 instances in a couple of ways. You can deploy them on an internal network, or you can also assign them a direct public IP. This public IP will allow direct internet access into the EC2 instance. Now, when you're architecting your network for security best practices, you want to make sure that you're not giving those EC2 instances those public IPs and that those EC2 instances are living on an internal network. Now, how can you identify if an EC2 instance that's provisioned is on that external network and has the ability to be directly accessed from the internet? Well, you can do this through the EC2 Management Console. And what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of walk through how you can identify if a particular EC2 instance has a public IP address that will allow direct internet access to that instance. So when you log into your AWS Management Console, you're going to click on the EC2 tab under Compute. This will take you to the EC2 Management Console. Then you're going to click on Instances. And in this particular case, we have one running EC2 instance. So you're going to select the checkbox, and this is going to bring up the details for the instance. Now, as you can see right here, it lists public IPv4 address. What this means is this EC2 instance has a public address directly assigned to the instance. So this means that it can be directly accessed from the internet. Now, there could potentially be things like security group rules or something else that's preventing this EC2 instance from being directly accessed to the internet, but it does have the ability to if the security group rules are appropriately configured. Now, this provides an additional attack surface for this instance because it's not behind something like a gateway. Now you can see here that it gives you the details of the IP address that's going to be used to access it and that you can use to directly access from the internet. Now, best practices say don't put your EC2 instances on public IP addresses, have them on internal addresses, and then use a gateway to proxy traffic into your environment. So you would use something like an ALB to proxy web traffic into your environment. Also, AWS has released something called Sessions Manager, which means that you no longer have to have SSH access directly accessible from the internet. You can go through Sessions Manager, which allows you to access the instance through the AWS Web Management Console for administrative functions. So kind of the ending of this is that when at all possible, make sure that you're not assigning those public IP addresses to those EC2 instances and that you're restricting the attack surface to only the demilitarized zone or those public gateways.